Falcons Daily, y'all. We're here on the weekend. I am here, CG, alongside Big Mama HG. Harper Green is here with us again. Welcome back, Harper. And you can give me a follow on social media at Craig G Sports. I'm at CRAIG, the letter G, and the word sports. Fan Arch, their logo is right on top of Harper's Christmas tree. Boom, right up there. Fan Arch Co. FANARCHCO. That's where you can find them on social media. Please give them a follow and give them put your notifications on so whenever they post something, you don't miss it. Speaking of things that we're missing, Falcons football. It's been, just about 10 days since they've taken the field. Remember, we beat the Bucs last Thursday night by a score of 29-28. Harper, that brought us up to 5 wins and 9 losses on the season. When we look at the injury report for the Falcons this week, they have a lot of players who were listed on Friday's report, and we'll pull that up here we're going to take a look at that. So on the Falcons injury report, Harper, they had a bunch of players who were sick, who were resting. Bijan Robinson, D. Alford, Leonard Floyd, Brandon Dorless all had illnesses this week. So they had a cold or some kind of, hopefully it wasn't, the running poops or something like that. But they all don't have a game designation when it comes to the illness. Brandon Dorless, he did have he has a shoulder injury that he's nursing, and he's listed as questionable. Remember, he was leading the Falcons in sacks when he got injured, and it looks like he will hopefully be able to suit up for us. They're hopeful that he'll be back. And we talked about Drake London. He's logged a limited practice. With the exception of Friday, it looks like he was given more of a rest day. But again, Drake is listed as questionable for the game as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if they take it right up to game time with Drake and with Brandon Dorless. So again, you'll have to keep your eyes on the injury report on Sunday at around 2:35, because it's 90 minutes before kickoff when the final inactives are listed. Also, got to keep your eyes open for any practice squad elevations for this game. We'll see if anybody gets brought up from the P squad to suit up for the Falcons. Again, we've seen multiple players brought up this season from the practice squad for the Falcons. We've seen Dylan Drummond brought up. We've seen C.J. Henderson. I think we're going to need some depth at corner, Harper, at cornerback. So we're going to take a look here quickly at the practice squad. And, again, I think some of the guys that we could see really, again, we said C.J. Henderson. Also keep your eyes open for Keith Taylor to be elevated. Looks like Kobe Bryant will stay up there. Those are some options we have to bring up from the scout team. Also, I don't know if Nick Nash is ready right now. So again, I don't think we'll see Nash out there. But it would be good to see him get some reps. 6'3", 195 at San Jose State, a big target. But I guess apparently just not ready yet for prime time. So again, Falcons have some injuries, but it looks like we're going to be all right when it comes to Sunday's ball game. Kadero Hodge is out. Who else? Mike Hughes absolutely already ruled out. So we're a little bit short on that end. So again, look for maybe Kobe Bryant, Keith Taylor, somebody like that to maybe, or C.J. Henderson to take the spot across from A.J. Terrell. Remember, we already lost Billy Bowman for the season, so that's another corner that we're down as well. When you look at the Cardinals, though, they've got about 4 or 5 players that are out for them. Evan Brown with a personal matter is going to miss the game. Darren Hall, the corner, former Falcon, he's in concussion protocol. He's not going to play. Offensive tackle Paris Johnson, he's got a knee issue, and he is also out, as well as Max Melton. So they're down 2 corners already, as well as Jalen Thompson, the safety. So their secondary is pretty hurt right now, Harper. They're missing 2 cornerbacks and a safety. That could make things easier for the Falcons to pass the football. And speaking of passing the football, we got to look at a big matchup between the Falcons and the Cardinals. Two of their premier players are tight ends, right? And they're the big receivers on the field. They look like offensive linemen, but they catch the football. So that would be for us Kyle Pitts Sr., the unicorn, and also Trey McBride of the Arizona Cardinals. And Trey McBride is right now, I mean, probably the best tight end in the NFL. If I mean, at a minimum, the best in the NFC. I mean, especially with Sam Laporta being injured. I mean, he's having a monster year for the Arizona Cardinals right now. My man is already over 1,000 yards and over 10 touchdowns. I mean, he's pretty much automatic in fantasy if you're looking for fantasy tight ends. But we'll take a look at the numbers between both players real quick. Kyle Pitts is, again, having, for himself, a monster season, especially in a contract year. He's tied his career high in touchdowns. Also, 73 catches. He's, with 3 ball games left, he's trending up towards his second 1,000-yard season in his career. But again, we're looking at Trey McBride, 105 catches. He's got more catches than Drake London had last year, and they've still got 3 ball games to go. He's over 1,000 yards, and he's got 10 touchdowns. But Harper, when we look at the yards per catch, who's got more yards per catch on the season? It's Kyle Pitts. Yes, it's Kyle Pitts. He averages 10.9 catches at 10.9 yards per catch. Trey McBride averages 10.2 yards per catch. But I think the biggest X factor between these two, honestly, is Pitts, because Bride, you already know what you're going to get. They're most likely going to get Marvin Harrison Jr. back for the game too. Speaking of the injury report. So you've got McBride and you've got Harrison. Those are 2 guys you have to keep your eye on if you're the Falcons defense. But I think Kyle Pitts, because he's been inconsistent, and he's also coming off of that monster game against Tampa Bay. Harper, he had 11 catches for 166 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Buccaneers on Thursday night. So I think Kyle Pitts is a bigger X factor because we just don't know what we're going to get on a week-to-week basis from Kyle Pitts. Meanwhile, we already see how consistent Trey McBride can be. Let's talk about some keys to this ball game, okay? Keys to the win over the Cardinals. Harper, I'm going to let you go first. What do you think the Falcons need to do to go into the Cardinals' house in Arizona and come away with a win?
They need to have great defense, and they need to make a lot of plans. And they also need to run the ball a lot.
I like it. I like that strategy. So Harper says we gotta sew up the defense, which makes a lot of sense because they have a really big quarterback. His name is Jacoby Brissett, Harper, and you know where he went to college? I'll give you one guess. What's your favorite college? Your favorite college team? We went to see them on Thursday night.
Wolfpack.
Yes, Jacoby Brissett went to NC State. He's the quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals, and he is a really, really big guy, and he's very hard to tackle. So playing great defense starts with making sure that guys like Marvin Harrison Jr. and Trey McBride can't get free releases down the field to be able to run their routes and catch passes. If we can get some coverage sacks, if we can stop the running attack, they've got guys like Carter and DeMarcado. If we can kind of slow them down, I think we're going to like what we see. I mean, again, the offense for the Cardinals is their sweet spot. We have to kind of slow them down. They're 10th in completion percentage, they're 4th in passing yards, and they're 13th in overall passer rating. And I think that's going to be a key to the ball game for us. Again, offensively for the Falcons, Harper, you called it. We need to run the football. We need to get the ball to Bijan Robinson. We need to get the ball to Tyler Algier. Let them kill the clock. Let them keep the chains moving. And also, when we decide to pass the football, we need to have our minds made up where it's going to go. We need to make sure that we get clean, free releases, and take advantage of the Cardinals' defense. Harper, they've only had 25 sacks on the season. That's good for 28. That's 28th in the NFL out of 32 teams. They're the 5th worst team at sacking the other quarterback. So we have to take advantage of that. Remember, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, winning the line of scrimmage. That's what the Falcons really need to do if they're going to win this game. So just like you said, Harper said, keys to the ball game. Run the football. That's Tyler Algier, Bijan Robinson. That's also, you said the other factor was playing good defense. Again, don't let the Cardinals get comfortable in the passing attack. We have to limit their passing attack. Again, they don't run the football the greatest in the world. So we have to slow them down. I like those keys to the game. Also, the other one for me, special teams. We have to win the special teams battle. This game, y'all, is going to be a battle between two teams who aren't very good at special teams. I'll just tell you right now. We're like 30th, I believe, in the league at a kickoff return yards allowed. They're like 29th or 28th. So I don't know if Jamal Agnew is going to be elevated or back, active for this game or not, but whoever is returning punts and kicks, I wouldn't mind seeing D. Alford back there either. But if whoever's returning punts and kicks, we need to clear lanes for them. We have to, our gunners have to get down and be able to keep the returners inside. You got to make sure we don't punt the ball right over the middle of the field. Kickoffs, just put it in the end zone, let them get the 35 and just keep it moving. So those are, that we had some offensive keys, some defensive keys, and there's a special teams key for you as well. All right. Last but not least, we're going to talk about how you guys can watch and listen to this ball game. Again, Falcons are traveling to State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona to take on the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals have 3 wins and 11 losses on the season, Harper. 2 of their wins this year, they came over the Saints and the Panthers. They beat both of them. But they only have 1 win on the season at home. They beat the Panthers at their house. And they're 1 win and 6 losses in their own stadium. We need to take advantage of that and knock these guys off and bring our record up to 6-9. That'd be great. All right, we're going to tell you how you guys can watch this ball game, how you can listen and watch it. Harper, I want you to tell everybody here what channel this game is on.
Fox.
And if you can't watch it on Fox in Arizona or Atlanta, you can watch it on what streaming service?
NFL Sunday Ticket.
What about if you're in Atlanta, you want to listen to the game in your car in the radio in English?
92.9 The Game.
What about if you want to hear the Atlanta Falcons radio network outside of Atlanta in your car? What about if you want to hear it in Spanish in Atlanta?
La Mejor.
But if you're not in Atlanta and you have SiriusXM in your car and you want to hear the Falcons radio network, follow along with the ball game, what channel is it going to be on?
Channel 382.
Perfect. All right. That's how you guys can listen and watch this ball game on Sunday. And again, Harper, why don't you give me your prediction for a score? Do you think the Falcons win or lose, and what is the score going to be?
I think the Falcons might win, but I would say 38-18.
Oh, wow. So she's really confident in the Falcons that they're going to come out here and just put the boots to the Cardinals. So Harper says 38-18. I'm going to say Falcons win 23-16. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think the defenses are going to show up. I think the Cardinals are going to try to run the ball and slow things down here. But I think their defense is going to try to bow their back and keep them in the ball game. Remember, they have former Falcon Calais Campbell on the opposite side as well. The ageless wonder that is Calais Campbell. Honestly, I wish we still had Calais Campbell on the Falcons. He was so much fun. He's one of my he might be one of my favorite players. And I know he's in limited snaps. He's probably on a snap count over there, but if we wanted to trade for Calais in the middle of the game, I wouldn't be mad at it. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get out of here and eat us a grilled cheese and bacon sandwich, and we're going to enjoy our weekend. So you guys rise up. We'll holler at you after the ball game, sometime Sunday or Monday. Harper, break it down for everybody.
Sayonara and buenas noches.